have the advantage for this one.
Yeah, I mean, Team Secret going over to the blue side makes a little bit of sense here, but it's going to be more likely the fact that Blacklist wanted to take those farm lane duos on their priority picks, and they do. They go for the Lung, they go for the Zhang Fei once more, but it does mean that TS can actually pair in the Dune with this Dharma, and that could spell disaster.
I'm thinking, why don't they get the Yuan? Like, Blacklist had a win. He had a best of 3 from FUT Esports. Why don't they go back from that? I mean, it has been a great win for the Ogrun. It's kind of like putting on pressure on his hero pool right now. Like, what would be the great option here if you're up against a Mankey? Either you go in like with full magic damage or physical damage, because either they go back to comfort or just open up another chance. But need to be sure how they play their cards here against Team Secret.
Yeah, I mean, this is just going into TS's MO, right? Especially on TNX, he likes the tankier jungles in the heroes. Finally. The Dune, the Monkey, and obviously they're passing it over now because Blacklist leaves that open. But it kind of makes you think that Team Secret kind of wanted that, right? Monkey's able to dream roll in. Those bubbles are starting to hurt, and recently with the previous patch, he had a buff to his base defense. And they go for the Diadea again, and I kind of pointed this out in Game 1, is if they go for the Diadea, they could go for the Marco Polo again. They may go for even the Lady Sun. Now that the Lung's gone over to the side of Blacklist onto Golden Kite, it leaves open Sun's favorite pick, right?
Yeah, they also respected the Marco Polo too. Like, both of this teams respected even the Angela, and they know how the composition of Blacklist works. Either they pick up the Arlie, get the Zhang Fei, get the Han Shin. So far, it wasn't really a good game, but respected the Arlie too against Team Secret. This Sun alone can juggle so much great hero picks from farmland right now, and they are completely respecting it because they know they know how the idea works with Team Secret. It has been a very great problem on maintaining that outburst. So either that or face it with consequences or take it with the backline defense. How about on a lane, right? We haven't seen a lane just yet from this series, so why not pick it, right?
I mean, yeah, it's more so the lane comes through when we have like the likes of the Dolia, and if you have a backline you need to get into. But right now, we don't know what kind of backline TS is going to decide to go for. And the fact that they've got the Diadea as well, they've got the Dharma and the Dream Roll from Monkey. Even if a lane gets back into there, he can't get back out thanks to if they don't have the Dolia. But speaking of her, she hasn't been banned in this one, right? But from what we know of Blacklist, they really like to go for the Zhang Fei. Chaz had a okay game in Game 1, right? He missed out a lot of those Unbridled Outrages towards the mid to late game, which was really cost-effective. It was a cost to the side of Blacklist. But it is going to be Team Secret rounding out their comp with the Lady Sun, as we expected, and the Suya in the mid lane, that Universal Law, and then also giving over that level 25 cap to them.
Yeah, there's two heroes along from Team Secret, Diadea and Zuya. Like, you have gold, you have EXP, they're gonna get busy across the map, and this is just amplification and getting more tempo right into the lineup of Lady Sun. So Team Secret right here is going to start the party earlier against Blacklist International. Now, unless they have an answer for this clash lane. What could be the last possible pick here for a TG? And it's gonna be the Byron. Okay, not for the Elaine, but a better option to either burst right now, because they know two of these heroes will be mobile, but not very invulnerable for damage.
Yeah, I like the Byron pick. Recently buffed as well, so he can be built a little bit more tanky, right? So he has a little bit more sustainability when he gets into those team fights. And from what we've seen within the group stages already, Byron is there to kind of just gank at the back line, try and get into the brush, try and not get phase checked by the Dharma, and then go in there, use the force field suppression, able to gain that massive amounts of shield, and then obviously get those knockups as well, because he lays the smackdown in the early game. So most times out of 10, Clash 1v1, Byron takes it.
Yeah, they need to really slow down this Sia. With Sia and also the Diadea, the Team Secret knows how to play the map here, and they know how to put the pressure right onto their opponent. So if Blacklist would see opportunity for one person missing on where to target either one of them, they need to slow them down, because once they hit level 15, if you're Suya, that's one of the best ways you can give the blessing to and just wrap up your late game.
Yeah, I mean, that is one way you could look at it as well, right? We do see the Diadea going in for a little bit of mobilization, just a little bit of poke, a little bit of cheeky sort of banter between Chaz and Yuhan here with the Diadea onto the Zhang Fei. But right now, it is pretty early game, right? I don't think we're going to see any aggressive invades, as you can kind of see. Dune, Juicy there, just trying to get up those gold acquisitions for himself, trying to get those items because he really needs those to soak that damage, especially when it's being paired against a monkey, right?
You have the toughness, you have more rotation, you have frontline defense, like full sustainability, right? For those of you who's using this, you have advantages in terms of great defense, and as well as proc for your passive with the Z. And no wonder right now they're using it as much as possible because this is like the early game EXP tempo booster that they can do as Team Secret. No wonder this time around we were seeing Aaron and Justy rotating together as one because in the first game, it has been a very difficult start for Blacklist. Many of the invades, but they need to keep their tracks covered here.
I mean, the Lung's going to be good into this one, right? The Ride the Wind, the Flaming Palms as it gets on. I feel like if they have the same problem with this Game 2, like they did in Game 1, that Blacklist can kind of just play to their own timer, which is the Lung, right? Get the items off, but at the same time, they've got to... It's a double-edged blade. The Lady Sun gets the item, she gets very powerful. If they wait for too long, the Lung gets the items and becomes very powerful. A little bit of a oppression here onto TNX just to try and scare him away from this clash lane, but it looks like it's going to be a 2v2 up here, and the shield is activated.
They go for the nice launch with the nice Dream Roam with the truth. Wombo combo, but Juicy's got the heals. Juan now on the run under the tower, trying to go with the blades, gets up with the Reforged blades. TNX still continue to fight Aaron now, needs to be careful. Shisan has joined the fray. Chammy flashes away. Shisan continuing on the force field suppression, and Juicy going in, misses the wind slash, but that's enough to deter from coming in.
Yeah, that is a very good call from Blacklist International, completing a great zone out, and Aaron committed even the flash just to get that kill. It was so hard to maintain the distance from Team Secret when they saw that coming.
Yeah, I mean, that dive there, that 2v2 was kind of like a waiting, pending aim activation of the mid lanes rotating up. But we saw there, the couple blades did come through for Aaron, was able to actually deal a lot of damage, but it's still early game. Those couple blades are going to start to hurt as they go into the mid to late game. When the itemization start to come through, when the likes of the Void Staff as well come through, the armor penetration and whatnot, that's going to be a pain game for the likes of the Monkey on the side of TS.
Yeah, speaking of penetration, I think Blacklist right now has more build-up on this lineup. Yeah, you have the Gunmo, you have a Champion on the Byron, and even for Long. You mentioned about the situation of Sun being on the later stage of the game that could be deadly as the Lady Sun, but if Blacklist has enough peel to hold it through the mid-game start, this could be a problem for Team Secret because I will really put in check on who's going to be the front line here. Will it be the Diadea or will it be the Zia? Because we're looking at Shishan right now, double timing the XP as much as possible to get to level 15.
Yeah, I mean, the Diadea, right, it's always good for a counter-engage onto the likes of the Dune. If Dune goes in with the Unruly Blade, you can kind of immobilize him so he doesn't get off the immediate wind slash, so you don't get the knockup as well, because that can be crucial. That 1 second means a lot within Honor of Kings, but it is going to be a Team Secret who take the Overlord this time around rather than the Tyrant.
Okay, I think Blacklist wants damage. You really want to chase this down. 2 members spotted right onto the clash lane and backing away safely.
Looked like they was trying to go for a little bit of a rematch up in the clash lane, right? They was like, hey, we weren't happy with that first result.
Nice umbrella offers the stampede, and Sun is going to be killed. Yuan getting whittled down. He tries to flash away. He's going to be chased. Chaz is chasing after him, but doesn't actually want to go under the tower. But the flash from Golden Kite gets him with a flaming palm, and he infinite fastness on out of there.
Pop, pop. Like a cherry, right? He was popped open in the farm lane, as well as the clash lane T1 for the side of Team Secret. Blacklist with a really aggressive early game comp here, right? The Byron, the Dune working perfectly together, but then also Chaz working those unbridled outrages to perfection.
Yeah, and that call to take the Tyrant with them is just the damage that they needed because they don't have the items to do so just yet, but having that kind of way to read through the map, it was just perfect. And we see the Axe of Torment build up as well for the Luong and the Scepter of Liberation for the Gunmo. So with this, amping up something now with this kind of buff, they could really push forward and put things uncomfortable for Team Secret to respond in tight defenses.
Yes, very much so, right? I mean, right now it is going into the 5 minutes and 30-second mark. We see that Blacklist actually have the lead this time around in Game 2. A little bit of a dive onto Hugh Han here. The Universal Law does get laid down onto Zhang Fei, but he is going to escape jail time this time around. But right now, it could be anybody's game, right? Team Secret, we know from Game 1, they are just waiting for a moment of clarity to dive in onto Blacklist, but Blacklist we know can come around if they do actually admit victim to that moment of clarity right now. We see the TNX is taking a lot of damage from them. Oh, they found Sun in the bot lane though, so a little bit of a miss fight there, but okay, some more.
Yeah, Yuhan continuing to just get jumped on here, and Blacklist International starting to snowball. They've got that 5th kill, and they've actually focused in the bottom lane. Sun has had a bad game because of that.
I love how they're addressing this game right now. Like Golden Kite really knew the lesson. We were putting this assignment for Blacklist. How will they slow down this composition from Team Secret? Having the presence of the Suya and the Lady Sun, giving that so much power.
Juicy chasing after him, takes out
he goes
Shissan,
down.
takes out the old man, and the rest of Blacklist International here, they're looking to take this mid T1 as well.
Yeah, you can kind of see that Shuan is just trying to get some macro play right, just trying to get some of those little minor victories within this game. But right now, Blacklist is sitting at 6 kills and Team Secret at nil point. And that could be troublesome, but I don't think that Team Secret aren't able to come back from this, right? They have still plenty of momentum going into Game 2, but I feel like if they don't do something soon to kind of get rid of that hype of Blacklist, that Game 2 could be going over to the side of the red team.
Yeah, this is what we want, right? Like to see these teams fight through the first days of the knockout stage, proving everybody wrong. The Blacklist take out of the chunk of the playstyle of Team Secret from game number 1. So far, 2 build-up items, mainly of the Golden Kites kill getting onto Lady Sun. We have the Axe of Torment as well as the Doomsday, Turn to Bait rather. So we have critical damage as well as anti-squishy. So he has more ways to sustain the team fights as well. Look at the visits here, wow.
Yeah, Shuan was like, hey guys, I've got him, I found him, I'm bringing him to me, I'm bringing him to me. And then it was kind of like, it was just TNX nearby. It's like, yo, don't get too excited. We'll try and think of something around this mid to clash lane fight here, but it's not going to quite go in favor of the side of Team Secret. They do have Diadea, they do have Lady Sun come through, but they do lose a T2 into the clash lane right now, which could be very troublesome for Team Secret.
They're just leveling things in the field right now. Like a Team Secret's not going out. They're trying to be careful. We have 3 XPs left for Shishan to use the blessing right onto the members of Team Secret. Maybe they're just waiting for that power spec to happen, but so far Blacklist, they're really preventing the damage here of Sun to pull through. And Golden Kite is ahead by 1 XP. I think it's good from the start that they have done here. It's always about getting this Tyrant. You have the damage buff, you have items brewing with you as well, and the combination and how Blacklist woken up from this game is slowly doing wonders for them.
Yes, I mean, it's no Shadow Tyrant, right? It's just going to be another wave of just Tyrants, the level pre-10 minutes Tyrant right now. But Team Secret, again, still sitting on those 0 kills. They are yet to break the seal on the kills. But like you were saying there, OSX, maybe it's just they've got a bit of an egg timer on stage, waiting for the Suya to activate to level 15 and start passing over that break limit for the level. TNX kind of trying to guide them away, trying to bring them into the team fight, trying to collapse Team Secret onto Blacklist. But right now, it's not quite working. The Universal Law does get laid down, doing a lot of damage onto Aaron, but he is very safe distance right now.
Oh, Dream Roam, he's going to go in. TNX is going to take some damage on his way out. The Universal Law just barely missing everybody. But Blacklist International, like, how do you actually initiate onto this lineup? They're all very tanky. They're all able to kind of just survive in that one. I mean, it's just a tough situation. Juicy getting gone on, but he's going to get blown up. That's one way, but oh, they're taking so much damage. Now they're on the run. Chammy decided to chase in. Juwan's going to be killed. 4 members still alive from Blacklist International. They push them away, and now they're going to do some T3 damage.
Classic Chammy Whammy, right? That was a traditional kill.
Oh, Aaron gets blown up, but he trades his life for Sun, so I guess that was kind of even, but you definitely don't want that. As Sun, they're continuing on Yuhan, doing some damage with the Flaming Palm. He's going to eat that. The Universal Law looking to slow things down. Golden Kite's still up in front. He's trying to chip away. They go for the Dream Roam, the Infinite Vastness. He's going to back off, and finally Blacklist International decides
the takedown of the high ground turret as well was really good, right? They was able to get that, but also take down Sun. So I think it would have got a lot more horrible for the side of Blacklist, where we could kind of see a Team Secret comeback like we saw from Blacklist in Game 1 if they were able to catch Golden Kite. But like the Kite he is, he took to the sky with the Infinite Fastness.
Yeah, you were questioning me earlier, like, Holler, how will this kind of lineup from Team Secret penetrate to the front line of Blacklist right now? They're very tough. We see the 3rd item pickup of the Lady Sun on the Starbreaker, the anti-tank item for the Marksman. Look at this replay. A perfect outburst by Chaz once more.
Yeah, forced a lot of flashes, right. You can see all the common skills on the side of TS were exhausted, apart from Shuan, because he was dead. I mean, that's the only time you can kind of get away with that one, right? No, only being the only person in your team to not flash out is get caught.
Yeah, and to look back on the EXP of Shisha now on level 16, Blessing has been given, and to add more to Ladies on damage right now, you have the Dooms in the Eternity Blade, but the Star Breaker being the third item, that's an extra physical pierce. So Blacklist needs to be careful on how to place their front lines correctly, because Lady Sun, I know he didn't have a great early game, but in the later stages, this hero could actually have a bounce back, but they need to have a tight defense for this one to go up against Blacklist.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that Blacklist and Game2 have kind of gone for this double venture of 2 damage outputs, because if one falls, like the Ganamo, you still got the likes of the Lung, right? And then you've got the front line of Dune, you've got the front line of Zhang Fei, and failing that, you've got Byron. You see Chami quite more frequently than Dune or the Zhang Fei going in first. It's just kind of like dive in, get the force field suppression, get the knock up onto those crucial heroes on the side of Team Secret, and then they're able to take them down. But right now, we are still looking for a way back for Team Secret. They're behind around about 5k gold, and they're on the back foot. Higher ground turret in the mid lane looks pretty low.
And the build-up as well for the defense, though, for the Diadea. They know he could be the one to go in up front, so defensive items was completely the answer.
It's just on. It's jump, Unbridled Outburst, that nice little combination. Juicy wants to go with the Dream Mode to counter-initiate. They've taken the bottom T3, and then nice Truth knocking them both in. Juan, though, is going to die on this one. Golden Kite did get killed. That's a lot of damage that's going to be mitigated. They're trying to go for Juicy. He was going to Unruly Blade back to safety, but they did get that single kill. They traded Juan for Golden Kite.
Yeah, that's tricky, right? I mean, you can kind of see that they were gunning for the Gan and Mo as well, because as soon as you take that one out, like I've said previously, it's kind of hard for Team Secret, or Blacklist, sorry, to defend themselves. But speaking of defending themselves, they have to defend the Crystal right now on the side of Team Secret. There is a Vanguard approaching down into that farm lane, so backs against the wall, Team Secret. It's not like we've not seen it before, right? Where teams have been pushed all the way to the Crystal and they aren't able to come back. We saw it plenty of times in the group stages. I have full faith in Team Secret that they can do this too.
Yeah, we're seeing like 3 minions, like 3 wave of elite minions is pushing through the base, and this will put Team Secret in a very tight spot. In a tight course such as this.
Go. Chaz still up in front. Tianix is all on the side. Juicy tried to Unruly Blade, not able to catch anything on this one. Infinite Vastness, even aggressive, but not able to connect on anything. The Universal Law will zone them away. A lot of ults were expended just now.
Yes, and I mean that very important minion wave down into the farm lane, right? That is going to be putting pressure onto Team Secret. Nobody's going to sort of answer that call because they can't really expend it to. They need to try and take some positive things out of a team fight against the Blacklist for now, or even stop this mid wave so there's not 2 waves crashing down. You do see that Shuan is able to go down there with the Dharma, trying to clean it out pretty fast. TNX, Sun, Huan are just all going back to base because the best offense sometimes is a good defense.
Yeah, another great pickup as well for Shishan. A softer still spot for this Suya for the latest stage of the game. You have the Splendor pickup too, so you have temporary invincibility here for another team fight that Blacklist can do against you. So this kind of try that you want to do for this late game situation, you need to be careful also for the damage that can come through the Gun and Mo.
Yes, very careful. I mean, Gun and Mo's getting very close to 6 slotted. Same with the Loom, right? We see the Starbreaker, we see the Master Sword, we see the Eternity Blade, we see the Axe of Torment.
Oh, they're going in. Juicy.
They're going in.
He wants to go for this one. He backs off. He eats an Unbridled Outburst on the sideline. They have the nice little wind slash. They found Juan trying to get away to safety. The Universal Law onto them. Chami limps away. And my gosh, that was a crazy duel, but nobody actually died.
Yeah, if that Universal Law was just tilted a little bit more, like a few millimeters, that would have been Chami going down, right?
Yeah, and the outburst as well. Good thing they stepped away from that sand pit because it was too difficult to handle. And that was like an opening for Blacklist to take that objective out of Team Secret's hands. So we're seeing the gap here slowly catching up for Blacklist International. Will this be the chance of Team Secret to fight back as they clear their waves through?
Look, I understand that Team Secret don't have any T3s. The base is completely wide open. It seems like a bad spot. But the longer that the game goes, they actually might not be in the worst situation because they have Shisan on the Jia, and they're now level 17, level 16 on Sun.
Yeah, that's the only point, right? That's the only point of return that they have on the side of Team Secret. Is just, like I said, they've got Egg Timer on stage. I promise you, it's a little Team Secret Egg Timer, but it is there. It's going to be prevalent.
They need to be careful as well where to place this defense too. So nobody's going to come close. and this Overlord as well. This is an enhanced one, so Blacklist International would have a way of pushing through here. But looking at the wave clear of Team Secret, it's still shining, man. It's not yet done for this team to actually fight back. So they need to respect that. If Blacklist International has a way to recover for even mistakes from that outburst from Chaz, what happened earlier, they need to prevent those kinds of mistakes.
Yes, they do. I mean,
the Dream Roll connecting onto 2, Juicy, and the Umbrella Outburst is going to completely whiff, but Juicy now in the heart of the enemy team, he's going to eat it, Universal Law, he throws up that Wind Slash, where are the reinforcements? They've just arrived, TNX is continuing to fight, but on the back line, he's trying to get something going, Xuan, but now Yuhan is so low, he's going to get jumped on by Chammy, he's going to be killed, but Golden Cut on the backside takes down the base, and Blacklist International take game 2.
There we go. It's not going to be a one-sided best of 5 today, guys. Blacklist winning game 2 from Team Secret. I'm sorry, Team Secret, son, because you said in the interview, get ready to be played by us 3-0. That is no longer the case. It's at least 1-1 for them.
Yeah, the change and the chase begins with this best of 5. Great adjustment too, and Blacklist needed to learn from game number 1 what was missing. And so far, it was completely denied by the lineup of Blacklist International alone. Like from that Team Secret, they were really struggling to aid that EXP advantage for the Suya and the Lady Sun. It was a bit of a problem. I don't know, in the last minutes that they were trying to do the outburst, nothing was hit, right? But one thing also that's so beneficial to them that people also observed was the space that Chaz was creating.
Yeah, I mean, Chaz was creating quite a few spaces, but towards there, like you said, Hauler, a lot of them whiffed, right? Towards the end of that game, there was a lot of pressure on Chaz to set up that team fight, that great engage, and it was just only off a little bit or timed a little bit badly in terms of trying to wait for the common skills to kind of bait them out of the flashes and then go in. But I feel like that formulation and that kind of correction in the draft really gave Blacklist the lead to take that 1-1 from Team Secret. But we're going to look at the highlights of Game 2, and it's going to be a lot better onto the side of Blacklist in this one. So, Hyuan, take it away.
Hi everyone, I'm Yuhan, and I'm the official 2024 HOK Championship Observer. The tournament highlight of the day is here. 3, 2, 1, showtime!
Rightio, into the highlights now, and you can kind of see that it all fell apart in this clash lane, right? So Blacklist took a really great fight here, the 3v2, seeing Aaron come through with the first blood, thanks to those couple blades, really set up this game 2 for Blacklist.
Yeah, going back on these highlights as well, though, Blacklist know how to start their game quicker. Like Golden Kite really had a great timer in the farm lane. 3 kills as early as possible in less than like 6 minutes. And this was the jump, right? It was a calculated aggression coming in from Blacklist, and they just want to continue against a Team Secret moving forward from the clash lane and even to the farm lane too.
Yeah, Golden Kite's play down into that farm lane kind of looked like my 1v1 against one of the staffs, right? They weren't expecting me to dash in with my my TP and then use my flaming bombs, but it happened, and it was one of the cleanest plays I've probably ever done in my life and will ever do. But that's less about me, more about Blacklist in this game too. They were able to come back very strong. They took the defeat on the chin in that game 1 from TS. But TS not looking as strong as they were in game 1, right? They were just kind of waiting. They were prying open the side of Blacklist, but we still do think that that egg timer, right, was the issue.
Yeah, there were 2 big things that stuck out to me. Juicy had an amazing game on the 2. He was always in the heart of the enemy team, attracting so much attention and just being able to survive and constantly do the damage. The second thing that Blacklist International did well was just to kind of, you focused on Sun, made sure that he had a rough early game, because once he gets that farm, and he was starting to towards the end of this game, but he kind of, you limit his prowess to do that damage in that early to mid game.
Yes, I mean, the good thing about this, right, is the fact that there was a lot of engage on the side of Blacklist. We saw that Dharma was the Dune was able to go in with the Zhongfei, and I was about to say the Byron Chammy won. I mean, he had a fantastic game 1, right? Just wasn't quite the precipice he needed to get through. But this game 2 was able to take 3 kills and no deaths, even though he was always in the thick of it.
Yeah, they really got through with the damage here. Chammy won, yet ban out the Dharma. Banned the best possible scenario for my hero, but into the back line and combining with the damage that Zhongfei has, it was a complete moment of change with a wind of damage that they can dish out against Team Secret. We know how the last game went from them. It was too hard to defend, and from the moment that they saw openings, they just keep on cracking the plate right out of their faces.
That's speaking of cracking the plate open, I mean, the damage taken was 22% damage taken, so doing a lot more damage taken than actually damage dealt, right, on the Byron. But looking at this team comp, it made a lot more sense on Blacklist. There was a lot more going on in terms of the engage, and then you had the two factors of damage, the Lung and the Ganem.
I mean, there was so much damage, and this is kind of what we were questioning going in. Like, how is Team Secret supposed to initiate a fight against this very tanky lineup? You have the Lung and the Ganemo, who are just kind of picking people off from afar, just making it difficult, but then you have Zhang Fei, Dune, Byron, this meat shield.